think leaders are born or made?
Anyone could choose to be a leader over being a follower. It's something that's within us all.
Really, anybody could be a leader, but there's some people who would take a lot more training or a lot more experience to become a leader.
I believe that leaders are made. God puts the potential for leadership in every single one of us, and it's up to us to cultivate that.
I'm on a spiritual quest to answer the question, what should a man be? And I'm looking at the example of Jesus Christ. I turned around to see the voice that was speaking to me. And when I turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And among the lampstands was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe, reaching down to his feet, and with a golden sash around his chest. So what does the sash around his chest mean? Well, think about it. The sash means royalty. It means Jesus is a king. It means Jesus is a leader.
I think our world suffers from a lack of good leadership. And leadership itself seems to have become uncool. Think about the leaders, including the fathers, portrayed on TV. Anyone particularly inspirational?
We don't have any floss. We all agreed not to get food between our teeth.
Mr. Griffin, you're here to get your prostate examined?
Yeah, this is me.
Well, happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame.
I think a lot of men want to be seen as Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
Never let your guard down, ever. You are not safe.
But they're afraid they really might be Homer Simpson.
Don't eat me! I have a wife and kids! Eat them!
So they do as little as possible that might expose them as idiots. They just keep their heads down and just keep plowing on. So what is leadership? At its core, leadership is influence. Who do people look to for an example? Who do people want to be like? Bad leaders lead from the back. They intimidate, they manipulate, they try to boss people around.
On the other hand, good leaders lead from the front, and people choose to follow them.
You know, when Jesus first called Simon to follow him, he named him Peter, which means rock. Well, at the time, Simon was anything but a rock. He was impulsive. He said stupid things. He did stupid things. But Jesus saw his potential. And after a few years, Peter became the leader of the early church. So who are you influencing? I don't care how young you are, you should be mentoring at least one younger guy. What kind of mentor do you wish you had? Be that kind of mentor to someone else. Listen, if you don't know any other younger guys, volunteer in your church, join Boy Scouts, volunteer with Big Brothers, whatever. Just mentor somebody younger. A manager keeps things running smoothly, but a leader shakes things up. A leader makes things happen. You want to be a man? Don't be passive. Be assertive.
And that's why we, the human being, have to make sure we're calm, assertive, no matter what.
I want to meet him with a really calm energy, but at the same time, I'm not going to nurture that state as we always do. So we're going to go back to basics. Let's go meet Charlie. Okay, this is not aggression. He's unsure. Somebody just walked in and claimed the space. So he's unsure. No problem with the smelling. But I'm not going to let him move into the space. There you go. I'm claiming this.
Calm assertiveness doesn't just work with dogs. It's the essential energy for any good leader.
You know the story of how Adam and Eve ate the fruit that God told them not to eat? Well, one of the most painful parts of the story to me is in Genesis 3:6. It says, "When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband," and here's the painful part for me, "who was with her, and he ate it." Adam was with her. She didn't even have to go looking for her. He was right there. "Oh, look,
A serpent is speaking to my wife. He's lying to her. Oh look, she's eating the fruit that God told us not to eat. Now she's giving some to me. I guess I'll try some too. Passivity kills.
Now look at Jesus' example of assertive and influential leadership. When Jesus saw corruption in the temple, he drove the corrupt people out with a whip. He turned over their tables. When he saw hypocrisy among the religious leaders, he called them out publicly. Jesus was never passive. He was always assertive. A real man is assertive. Look, Jesus died on the cross to wash away your sin. And if you've surrendered your life to him, he's empowered you with his Holy Spirit. At this point, God has just one strategy to fix a broken world. And it's you.
I have a lot more to say about leadership in part B of this video. For now, be an influencer. Set a good example for people to emulate, and intentionally mentor at least one other young man. And for crying out loud, don't be passive. Be assertive.